Welcome to Soul Code Tarot. This is your soul Code reading. Welcome in. I'm so glad you're here. My name is Catherine. This is a love, money, and career reading for 2026, just to see what's happening before we even get to the new year. Just have a heads up, some positive energy, anchoring into some positive thoughts, spiritual life coaching for you. So it feels like quite a tremendous year we've been through, 2025. And I just have a really good feeling about 2026 being much more expansive, calmer. Life happens, of course, but it just feels like we've been going through a deep cleansing, lots of clearing, and just really working through lots of stories in 2025, clearing out. And there's been a lot of stillness needed for that, I feel. And if you're still in an ongoing process of cleansing and clearing, and working on money, love, and career, then stillness is a gateway to creating the prosperity and the success and the fulfillment that you're seeking. And I know as a collective, we are all really seeking and just looking into how humanity evolves at the moment. There is a massive jump in consciousness upon us. And by that, I mean all sorts of things that we're being triggered by: artificial intelligence, planetary alignments, 3-eye atlas, all sorts of things. So I really wanted to anchor in positivity for this reading for 2026 as we go forwards. Sort of key things that you can do to activate the really great energies, key things you can do to sort of see into where the nuances lie in love, money, and career for you, so that you can augment the higher frequencies as we travel towards the end of 2025. So if you're new to my channel, my name is Catherine. This would be amazing if you could like, share, and subscribe. And let's carry on with the reading and just see. Power is coming in 2026 for your love, for your money, and for your career. So first of all, embracing a little bit more stillness. And for some of us, that can feel like we've been in hibernation. Or if you're a mother and you had a child, then that sense of gestation before giving birth to something, obviously your child, but in this case we're talking about love, money, and career. So power coming, and there's been stillness to support the growing power for 2026 and how that affects you. 2026 is the gateway. So we are entering a powerful gateway into brand new. Okay, so 2026 is the mark of many new things, and it will be things we can't even imagine at the moment. Miraculous things, wonderful things, and quite probably shocking things. And I think we can start to feel and sense in the collective, as well as individually, what those things are in our own unique stories. 2026 for love, money, and career for you, if you're listening to this reading, is going to be full of adventures. And that actually looks pretty amazing. It reminds me of the Sagittarius energy, actually, just so full of beautiful waterfalls and fun and adventure for Sagittarius energy. This adventure in 2026 coming up. So let's ask Spirit for one more. Spirit, angels, archangels, bodhisattvas, ascended masters, Avalokiteshvara, your spirit guides, the collective overseeing guides for humanity and for Gaia, love, prosperity, money, and career, thank you, and happiness. Much more happiness in 2026. So we've been in stillness a little bit, or maybe in inertia. I have definitely felt a lot of inertia over the last few years. That inertia I can feel leaving my system. I'm Aries sun and rising. So if that resonates, that inertia is passing, I can actually feel that the stillness is over. Now, stillness brings lots of lessons. Stillness is a powerful frequency to access. So if you are feeling frazzled still at the end of 2025, Spirit is saying to access the highest frequencies that you might, how better could it get type of feeling in 2026 is to access stillness and perhaps some meditation, perhaps some just quietness, because that's going to really elevate your power for 2026 in love and in money and in career and of course in prosperity. Prosperity for me sort of encompasses the whole thing because Spirit is saying we are in a gateway. Right now, end of 2025, last little bit, we are in a gateway, actually a magical gateway because that's a unicorn going forwards into 2026, which will be full of adventures, which feel really beautiful. Reminds me of Hawaii, not that I've been. And it's going to be full of happiness. So they're assuring us or reassuring you that this is bringing in the happiness you've been dreaming about. Because, we have all been through a tremendous amount this year, pretty tough for a lot of people I know. And, this reading is, again, as I was saying, to anchor in some light and some very strong, positive messages that you can anchor to and think, okay, where can I activate a little bit more stillness to access more of my own power? Because when we're in stillness, we innately switch on our own frequency. When we're very distracted and in chaotic environments, emotionally, mentally, physically, we lose our power very, very quickly. When we lose our power, we're sort of just floundering and we can't go on those beautiful adventures because we just don't even know what adventure to pick anymore. So that gateway is accessible. What gateway do you want to choose for 2026? What doorways are you looking at? Which ones are wide open? Which ones are almost open? And which ones are closed? And which ones do you not want to open again? These are the questions. These are great journaling prompts as well if you're thinking about how to really reframe what's going on for you, anchor into more elevated positive energies amidst what we may feel globally and locally and even personally feels intense. Because when the collective energy is going through intensity, which we are, on a personal level, if you're very sensitive, psychic, empathic, intuitive, work in multidimensional fields of reality all the time, it can be hard to discern what's yours and what's mine, what's out there, what's in here. So the subjective reality becomes very tricky to be in a high vibrational frequency at the moment. So these are the positive anchors to be used now and onwards. Stillness, really cultivate that deep inner power. Choose the gateways, the doorways that are opening, and look at the ones that have closed or are closing. You can feel that and just go, thank you, I close those doors. I choose to walk forwards where there is an energy flow that is going to work for me and take me on an adventure and take me into happiness in 2026. When we dial into the stillness of meditation, quiet contemplative walks in the forest, in nature, even just a simple, very calm conversation with a really good friend can help you sort of reorientate and see which doors are open, which gateways are ready to be accessed, which ones feel magical for 2026 that can take you on a happiness journey. Yeah. So let's ask the Moonology for more clarification. Then we'll go into the tarot. We're going to work with tarot and then we'll clarify with the light seers. I think today this feels like a very special, powerful reading for the collective and for you listening. that this is a potential moment to reframe whatever you're going through. Okay, so love, money, and career, please. Love, money, and career message, please. What do we need to anchor to share, to really begin to acknowledge, to work with, so that the love, money, and career situations we face take us on a happy adventure, full of power, but also full of stillness so we don't burn out, where we feel like we're in magical gateways. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit is saying, on this journey, you are good enough. You are good enough for love, for money, and for the career or the work that you really want to do. You are good enough. Any more, please? Thank you, Spirit. This is a time to give rather than take. What is it that you can share with the world in 2026 that can help humanity evolve, stabilize, bring happiness to you and to all? Any more messages, please? Thank you, Spirit. Your personal issues are reaching a resolution, and that's what feels like a culmination. I wonder if we'll have the world come out in the tarot. So at the end of 2025, there is a culmination point now. There's portals opening, doorways into your love, your money, and your career. And you can probably really sense things right now as you're listening to this, if you're listening to this before January 2026. If you're listening to this in 2026, in the future, this is timeless, then at the beginning of the year, just tune in which doors are open, which gateways feel open, opening, and which ones are closed, closing. And we don't need to go knocking there anymore, okay? It's like the karmic lessons and the karmic cycles are kind of resolved or resolving. And that leads us into much stronger sense of happiness, contentment. Yeah. Spirit is also saying, don't let your past hold you back. So whatever has gone on in 2025 or before, it's a history and it's historical now. Okay, so timelines and frequencies are speeding up. Multi-dimensional planes of existence are becoming possible to see, feel, and access, which is this gateway. So what you're sensing that needs to close out, and what you're sensing can open magically, or you want to open magically, just follow those instincts in your love situation, in your money situation, and in your career situation. So let's get some more clarity. First, I'd like to clarify with the tarot, Spirit, please, the love guidance for 2026. Please, positive love guidance for 2026. Thank you. So love can be romance, of course, and it can be love for yourself. It could be love for family, friends, pets. Understanding what love means to you, understanding love, or understanding how you bring forwards love in love. So you may sense one of those doorways to a relationship is closing or opening. And how do we bring love to it? How do we bring love to everything? Guidance, please, for 2026. Thank you, Spirit. So when cards come out, that's brilliant. And when they won't go back in, if you're new to my readings, I take that as a sign. There's quite a lot here to look at. So this is exciting for love in 2026. There is passion coming in your love situation. So this is not a reading to really talk about the specifics of the love relationship you're in, but it is a reading and a communication around what energies and frequencies are at play in 2026 that you can access and share in a relationship or share in your community or into the love that you feel for yourself and the world. Knight of Wands, okay, so something coming in quick in 2026. It's going to be passion, lots of passion. So accessing that in your current relationship or reaccessing it, or something brand new comes in and feels very passionate in 2026. It's full of inspiration, this love that you hold for another or start experiencing with another or others or yourself. Ace of Wands, and it's brand new. And it doesn't matter if you're in a current relationship and you're not thinking of leaving that relationship doorway is wide open. It just means that the relationship is actually going to be full of beautiful Ace of Wands energy. So, lots of passion, brand new beginnings, very inspiring in the love situationships in 2026. Okay, and the positivity of the sun, I love that. So 2026 is bringing about much more sun energy, the power of the sun brings energy to things. So what energy are you bringing forwards? What power are you bringing into your love relationships? And or would you like to receive? Because it's all there. These are the frequencies that are playing through 2026. Okay, the moon. Okay, deep, soulful connections, powerful, deep, soulful, inspiring, brand new love connections. Okay, I love that. Sun and the moon in your love situationships in 2026. Okay, and we have here recognition, Six of Wands. So whether you're in a current relationship or you'll be finding a new one or a brand new situationship for the first time, it's going to feel like you've been recognized. So Six of Wands here is like a success feeling within your current relationship. You're feeling like you suddenly can see what love is within it. Okay, or what is coming towards you, powerful, fast, incoming, brand new love relationship, feels like success. It feels like, yeah, Six of Wands, it's like, whoa, like very, very powerful. You feel seen. There's a big connection. They feel connected to you. There's massive recognition that this is love. Okay. Within this, there is a decision to be made. So you might be saying, well, what does that mean? Okay. So for example, what springs to mind is like, we can be single and really enjoying ourselves, and suddenly something comes along, we have to decide, do we enter this relationship or not? Or we may not be single, and it may be that that door is closing and another one begins to open, and we have to make a decision. So for some of us, the energy and the frequency of making a decision, either way, will be coming up. And it will cause a tower in relationships, love situationships. Now, the tower does not have to be on the sort of, oh my God, fear and worry side of things. It can also be really positive. The tower is just change. In love situationships, there is change coming in as well. So it could be again that you're single, and then the change is, whoa, maybe I don't want to be anymore. And here is this incoming, fast, passionate, inspiring, deeply connected, recognizing each other relationship. Or you are in a relationship and you've been realizing that it needs to be gently, lovingly dissolved because there's another opportunity, or it's the inverse. You just want to be on your own and you want to come back into yourself in 2026 and understand loving yourself. Okay, I hope that makes sense. That makes really good sense in my thoughts and thinking here. Okay, so money. Money for 2026. Could we have information, please, for money? Thank you, Spirit. Okay, the Hierophant. Okay, money is going to be very solid, very traditional for you in 2026. This is, yeah, financial institutions. There's a lot actually astrologically around money in the new year. I'm feeling that we perhaps collectively are going to be asked where or how we proceed with money. By that, I feel in the sense of digital currencies or normal, what we've been used to, currencies. I feel that there are going to be institutional shifts in finances. I'm not a financier. This is not about saying to do anything. It's just the question, how would we respond to that? How would you respond to that? What does that mean to you? Because actually, astrologically, if you listen to Pam Gregory, I'll try to remember to put her link below, talks about this coming up in January or the new year of 2026, the digital currencies coming forwards rather than disappearing. Okay, and now money could be causing you a sense of Three of Swords. Okay. So potentially some conflict around the money situation. But also we could look at that Three of Swords, in 2026, we're all being released from something. We're being released from the pain of any money situations you've been facing. Because remember, Spirit is saying we want to anchor into an adventure that's full of happiness. We want to adventure into new financial gateways, new money gateways, new ideas, and that could be around those digital currencies. I'm very intrigued to see what happens with money and prosperity for the collective in 2026. Okay, more on money guidance, prosperity guidance, wealth guidance for 2026. Yeah, so good news around your money. This is brilliant. So Page of Wands, good news around your money situation and our collective money situation. So when I think of money and finances, all the big institutions, all the big banking institutions, poverty in the world, poorer countries in the world, richer countries in the world, richer people in the world, poorer people in the world, it's like perhaps in 2026, we all of humanity get an opportunity to receive some news about money, about the traditional money institutions. This is the Hierophant and the Page of Wands, information about the traditional money institutions that can cause us to release any prior pain around money. And also on your personal level, any past money stories. Don't let your past money stories hold you back. Any money personal issues are reaching a resolution in 2026. When I go out into the non-local fields and dimensional informations, the Akashic fields, the quantum fields of information, when I tune in to money in 2026, it does feel like there is some big information coming in for the whole of humanity from the traditional institutions, banking, etc. And it's a release from something. This is that Three of Swords. If we look at the Three of Swords not as more money pain, but as the Three of Swords, we've been in money pain. Perhaps you've had money pain in 2025, and this is now some news and some information coming in on your personal level story that has now going to reach a resolution, and remembering that it's full of happiness. And on the global level, we're looking at a release from institutional ways that have caused us collective pain. And it's a lot of good news that comes in. It's almost like I feel like there's a sigh of relief through humanity. So it could be that, digital currencies become more mainstream, and somehow that transpires into our own personal money stories. Who knows? But there is some information coming in about banks and this information releasing us from the pain of money. And on your personal level, remember not to let your past money stories hold you back. Put my hand up for that. And that if money has been a personal kind of issue in 2025 or historically, it's reaching a resolution in 2026. Wow. And the Light Seers was in this deck. There's a card here. That's not by mistake. Nine of Pentacles for money. Nine of Pentacles in 2026 for your money. Wow. I'm actually going to read to you from the Light Seers Nine of Pentacles because that slipped into this deck and I was going to clarify with the Light Seers. So maybe that's the sign to start clarifying with the Light Seers. Nine of Pentacles in money situations is a really, really good sign. It's just basically saying that this little book is brilliant. If you haven't got the Light Seers deck and you love working with tarot, this is a great deck to use. I enjoy the bliss and abundance that I have sown. So this personal issue around money, whatever it is to you, whatever it is as we perceive in the collective, is reaching a resolution in 2026. You are going to be able to enjoy the bliss and abundance that you've previously sown. Could be in investments, obviously. It could be in savings. It could be in the work that you've been creating and the career line that you've been thinking about taking to generate more abundance, to create more Nine of Pentacles in your life. But this is what's coming in, and it's going to feel very happy. Like dolphins clapping and cheering. You can see how happy she is. Yeah, and it's also very blessed. That's very blessed income, very blessed money turnarounds in 2026 in your personal situation and collectively. So Nine of Pentacles also says, spiritual and material satisfaction are coming into your reality. Personal achievement, inner peace, milestones met. So whatever it is you've been working on, there will be celebration. The energy of a successful harvest and contentment. Wow. Okay, so I'm going to carry on there one more with the Light Seers because that was like a very powerful moment. Actually, let's put the Light Seers back into, let's just go back one step. Or, okay, no, they wanted me to bring that for money. Ace of Pentacles, brand new start in finances, brand new start in what it is that causes financial stability for you. So as we are then moving into career in a moment, or job or business, that type of thing, that's telling me that this is all stabilizing. And the Emperor. So your money situation is going to come into the Emperor energy. So let's read those two cards for you. Ace of Pentacles, brand new start in finances in 2026. Whatever that means, it's a resolution of the situation you've found yourself in. I just want to say as well that one of the strange things about society is that we all at some point go into debt, whether it's to buy a house or your car or something. Or perhaps it's just the Amex and you go spending it. When we talk about new beginnings, before I lose my train of thought, the Ace of Pentacles, for those of us sitting in situations of debt and wondering how on earth am I going to resolve this personal financial situation I'm in? How can I turn this around so I feel happy, I feel safe, I feel, I've got my power back financially? How can it be? How can it turn around to the Nine of Pentacles when you're facing debt? And to be very real, sometimes some of us have to move into debt consolidation situations or even bankruptcies. And so that would actually, by default, bring about a brand new start for 2026. So by no means is this like, well, we're all going to win the lottery and be millionaires, so then it's all happiness and fun. I just wanted to bring some solidity to this reading and say that the personal issue can reach resolution in any which way. There are no order of miracles. So there have been times in my life where debt consolidation and working on a repayment plan has been the only way forward. But what it did do was create a sense of this new beginning, putting me back into a sense of Nine of Pentacles, bizarrely, because the weight and the pressure of debt can be so crushing. It can be so severely crushing. It feels like this. And this can be released in 2026. Whatever's going on with the money institutions, banking, finances for you can be released and bring back your enthusiasm and bring back Nine of Pentacles energy, abundance. Okay, and even if it's that fresh, clean slate, it's not that the business turned over more money, or you got a new job that made more money, or you won the lottery. It could be just very simply you got things back in control in however that happened, and then it's causing this beautiful, wonderful new sense of the Ace of Pentacles being given to you in 2026, putting you back in your Emperor energy. And that's that power energy that came out at the beginning. Because there is nothing more disempowering than not having enough money or having no money or being in so much debt you've got no idea. It's like looking at climbing Mount Everest with no oxygen kit and no footwear and no thermal jacket. Sort of almost impossible. So Ace of Pentacles in the new year and onwards in 2026 is that you have planted with intention, and you have the potential to plant with intention and focus your faith in resolving finances so that you feel strong again. When we're financially in a situation of empowerment, we can also empower others. It's when we're in lack that we feel so disempowered that we can't affect any change. And so if that has been what's been feeling like it's going on in your money situation, there's this potential that it all turns around, whichever gateway you choose to move through with that. And this beautiful, beautiful book, reading this message again, the beginning of a new venture or task. So whether it's a clean slate or whether you start a new business or you take a new job that initiates a new career. It's this beautiful feeling of this Nine of Pentacles and power coming back into your money situationship. So the beginning of new ventures or tasks, new ideas, and you are planting seeds for the future in 2026. So again, whether it's a new job, new career, brand new business idea, you leave your job and you start an incredible new venture, you go on an adventure, or you just decide, okay, 2026, I have to wipe the slate clean financially. This is not advice. This is just anchoring. Wow, what gateway and doorway am I going to move through? And without going into too much personal detail, there have been a few times, twice in my life, over the entirety of my life, where I have had to choose which doorway. Am I carrying on as I am with debt, or am I going to have to, wipe the slate clean? Am I going to stay in this job, or am I going to take that risk and start, working for myself and being self-employed and an entrepreneur? Am I going to leave this job and take that other job and see how it goes? These are the type of questions we ask that can then generate more income and sort of resolve the financial issues we've been facing. So the Ace of Pentacles just is also saying that there is great potential for success in 2026 financially, monetarily, and in prosperity. Great potential. There is a potential for manifesting power, saying that power word again, ambitions being realized, and prosperity being achieved and reached. Wow. So I'm going to leave money there. I think that's very powerful. Thank you, Spirit. That just feels like there are choices that can now be chosen, which may have felt blocked. Sometimes we just feel so frozen in fear and pain and despair around money and finances or prosperity, whatever this means to you, that we just can't take any action. We've lost our power. We're just not sitting in the Emperor energy at all. We're not sitting as an emperor in our life. We're sitting like in a disheveled fear and panic and sort of heartbroken, don't know what to do state. But there are gateways and portals that are opening. So sit in some stillness or go for a walk. Clear your mind. Come into that real sense of, I am good enough. I can work through this. This will resolve. And I would like to go on a journey of happiness in 2026. At the end of the day, we have free will and we have free choice. And we can quantum jump at any moment into a different reality, but we have to co-create with reality. We have to bring into form that which we're thinking. Sometimes things can manifest spontaneously because they are being delivered via another person or institution, a bank, as we're still on the money, or perhaps in love, it comes through you meeting somebody. They had to step out of their front door to meet you, and you had to step out of your front door to meet them. So when we co-create by taking some action through making sure that we've made right decisions and we're moving energetically through portals that feel open, expansive, and not doors that are constantly shut that we're hammering on to try and get through. Take time now, between now and December 2025, before you enter 26, and look at those portals. Okay, so let's move in now to career. Okay, something has been a 10 of Wands in 2025 or before in your career, job, work. Can we clarify, please, the career? Thank you. You've had to be very, very patient. It's felt really heavy. And this could be why money, prosperity, wealth has just felt a little bit like a lot of pain. A little bit like a lot. That doesn't make sense. A lot like pain. So, career, job, work, please, new business opportunities. Okay, world. There is a new opportunity in 2026 to release the burden of the work you've been carrying that you haven't enjoyed, that has not caused you to feel happy. Also, to step through, that's the gateway into an alignment that feels like an adventure that's going to generate happiness. So, a career, a new job, leaving a job to start your own business. Perhaps in the finances, it's about, if you've been saving and creating a pension, it's the gateway to start your retirement. There is now enough money to live in Nine of Pentacles, in Emperor energy, feeling just in your power, feeling safe, feeling very strong, feeling very secure, and it's time to retire. If you're watching this, congratulations if that's the situation. And for those of us looking at work, careers, starting new entrepreneurial businesses, please, some guidance. So the world is saying, 2026 is an opportunity. The whole year is an opportunity to step into something new that releases you from the burden of the work, the career you've not been enjoying, that you've had to endure. Basically, you've had to be very patient in building that endurance because it's been a burden. Seven of Wands in 2026 for your job, for your career, for your new business idea. So standing your ground right now. What is it that you believe in? That you believe will be giving you this new start, this world energy in 2026. Just again, come into thinking that. Or have you been patiently planting something in 2025 so that you can fully release from the burdens? When we struggle in career and work choices, then it's really tough, it's heavy, and we have to be patient. We have to be patient to discover what opportunity in the world we can sort of dive into and explore as an adventure to earn money, to generate income. And if that's been the case, just know that 2026 is going to perhaps just reveal to you through one of these doorways that you choose a brand new opportunity that can release that sense of heaviness of not knowing what to do because it's been so heavy, burdensome. And, if you've been working all of 2025 to release from the burden, perhaps the burden of financial constriction, the burden of work you don't like because you really want to step into your choice of what it is you've been creating and generating in the background, patiently sowing with the Eight of Pentacles. This new idea, this new job is right there as we step into new energies in 2026. So whatever it is, stand your ground, trust in your beliefs, and go forwards with those ideas around a new job and the career you've been having. This is bringing you the justice you've been dreaming about. This personal issue around career, work, self-employment, entrepreneurial startups. You've been patiently perhaps planting the seeds to get it going initiate that start. It's hard work, can feel like a burden, but it's coming in. Justice is right here in 2026. This is just like karmic justice, the patience and the way you've been planting your pentacles to create this flow of abundance so that you can access Nine of Pentacles is coming to fruition. So trust. Because, okay, Hanged Man, if you've been feeling trapped in a job or a career, or just trapped and stuck, not knowing what to do, there is an opportunity that's going to feel like karmic justice coming up right now as you're listening to this reading, or as you move into 2026. It's going to just bring in that Nine of Pentacles, put you back in your power. It's going to feel like an amazing doorway into a new opportunity. So you will no longer feel trapped. The Magician. This is just brilliant. It's going to feel very, very powerful. Almost maybe like dreams coming true. It's going to feel full of creativity. It's going to feel full of the whole premise that you have manifested your desires. It's a very, very powerful opportunity to start manifesting your desires, job-wise, career-wise, work-wise, retirement-wise. If you're leaving the burdensome feeling of work, again, congratulations. If you're starting a new endeavor, it is blessed with the Magician energy and karmic justice. Yes. It's Eight of Pentacles. Yes. It's Nine of Pentacles. Amazing results. It just allows you to release any burdens you've been carrying in 2025 or previous. So there is a gateway that you are thinking about, that you've been thinking about taking job-wise, career-wise, that can release you from all the burdens. So if you're thinking about it and you're hearing this, Spirit is saying you are good enough to step through that portal. You are good enough to move into those energies. That's where your power lies. That's where your happiness lies. It's going to be a really positive adventure full of magic, miracles, magician energy. It's going to maybe just bring you some really incredible happiness. You know, if you've been feeling that deep pain and sorrow, then that's all shifting and changing. Okay, and this was the clarification from, no, it's not clarification, it's the emotional intelligence, okay, King of Cups. Okay, so this is very powerful. You've got your work is bringing you this deep emotional King of Cups energy. So where you've been feeling overburdened, you're going to be released. King of Cups is, you know, it's not the Emperor energy, of course, but it's a king energy. You'll be sitting in your wealth of knowledge, your self-knowledge, sitting in a really amazing sense of emotional stability in this choice you make in your career, job, new startup business that you might be thinking about. Okay, so let's go to the light seers. One last clarification, please, Spirit, for job, career, startup, entrepreneurial work for 2026. Please can clarify any last positive communication. What are we releasing from, or what are we gaining when we release and choose and move into a new opportunity with that world energy? So powerful. Okay, Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands. So as this all unfolds in the job and the career, the new idea you have for your sort of business startup, becoming self-employed even, it's bringing you the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands, again, any ace, very powerful at the beginning of something, and 2026 is approaching. So we're at the end of 25 into the beginning of 2026. mean meaning just that you are seeding this whole brilliance with the choice that you make to move forward with whatever it is you're deciding on, career, job, and business, your self-employment, status-wise. As you bring in the Ace of Wands energy, or you access creativity and inspiration, you are going to move yourself away from the burden, away from how it's been feeling heavy, and move yourself into that Emperor power energy and this Nine of Pentacles. So there is a choice that feels like happiness. And if you choose that, Spirit is saying all of these doorways, all of these powerful gateways are going to start opening up. It's going to feel like magic and miracles. Remember, we have to co-create and also take action. I have to leave the house and go to the cafe, and so does the person have to leave their house who I may meet. For example, financially, I have to make decisions. I have to make decisions around saving, spending. I have to make decisions around investment. I have to make decisions around paying debt back or taking on debt. And I have to make decisions around what inspires me work-wise. Does this job, does this career inspire me? Do I want to be self-employed? Do I want to be employed? All of these questions, love. Do I want to be in a relationship or do I not want to be in a relationship? Do I want to be on my own or with somebody? How can I bring love? How can I receive love if I've had my heart shut down? All these questions. Think it carefully through because there are major, major opportunities in 2026. So back here to the Ace of Wands, or your job and your career. The new ideas you have, this is the creativity and the passion and the fire that you're feeling. There is a seed of potential. There's something that has sort of caught your attention, an arrival of inspiration now or after this reading. It's very illuminating, this inspiration that you have to release the old and bring in something new. There's intense creativity in it. That's another key I feel for 2026. As a human being on planet Earth, to have intense creativity is one of the ways that will really collectively increase our frequency of joy, light, and happiness. Because if we've been burdened, we haven't been able to bring that forward. So choosing that which feels joyously creative and inspiring, Ace of Wands energy, in the choices that are available to you will really help you innovate and elevate into your power and empower others, because human creativity outside of artificial intelligence creativity is, we are fired and wired to receive each other's creativity through painting, through communication, through storytelling, through tarot readings, through art, through movement, through dance, through yoga, through competition, through the Olympics. Inspired creativity for you. What is it? Follow that inspiration, particularly through the thread of work, job, career, new business venture idea. So very, very powerfully. I knew there was a reason I had to pause. Ace of Wands from the Light Seer's interpretation is saying, and remember you've had the Magician here. This Magician energy is available in job, career, business idea, that you have the ability to manifest anything. And I truly believe that now, 2025 and into 2026 and beyond, there has never been more opportunity to manifest from the inspired thinking you have and bring that down into this earth plane, this reality, to serve people, to serve humanity, to serve yourself in the way that you are best fired and wired to share your gifts on this earth plane. That it helps everybody feel prosperity, that it helps everybody feel your love. It helps everybody feel financially secure, you know, on your personal level for you, on your family level, on your external community level, on a global level. We have the power to manifest that which we truly desire, but from a very altruistic, aligned, and responsible place of endeavor that is loving, that brings true prosperity, not just massive gain where there is rich and poor. We are evolving in our consciousness so that we are just able to just let those old paradigms, those old institutions of awareness around money dissolve, old institutions of awareness around job, career, and how that works now dissolve, and we bring forward the human creativity, bring forward your inspired passion in 2026. This is what's available. This is the frequency of 2026. It's so powerful. Okay, and I really want to come into one last oracle card message. Spiritual coaching guidance, please, here for love, for money, prosperity, wealth, for career, job, self-employment, new business ventures, entrepreneurship. Thank you. I really hope this has resonated. This reading feels really powerful. Very specific points to follow, to journal, to contemplate, to think through in your personal reality. So as we listen to readings, tarot and oracle messages, our own stories are running, our own life is running through the communication. So it becomes poignantly pertinent to your storylines. And that's how we then all intermingle and interweave and co-weave and co-create more and more happiness in the world, happiness in our personal life, happiness in our love relationships, happiness and bountifulness in our money situations, in our finances, and just that deep, inspired, passionate creativity in our job and our career or our business venture. And Spirit would like you to know that it is always okay to ask for guidance when the way is unclear. So if anything is unclear in your love situationship, your money, your finances, the way you're viewing prosperity, if anything is unclear around what job, what career, this job, that job, do I leave, do I stay? But oh my God, somebody has just said this amazing idea for a business and I'd really love to do that. But you need some guidance. It is always okay to ask for guidance when the way is unclear. Ask for guidance. Tune into yourself. Go into that stillness. That was the first message out. Stillness doesn't have to be literally still, like sitting in meditation, eyes closed. Stillness can just be a walk in the woods, a walk in the park, a walk on the beach, wherever you are, where noise, background noise, conversations, phones, distractions are gone. And as we tune into the natural frequencies of Earth, the harmonic resonance there can really allow us to tune into the real truth of what we're really feeling, what we're really thinking, what we'd really like, what we're really desiring, and steady up and bring us back into an alignment to truth and power that we can then take action on and co-create with, okay? So that's key. So go into stillness, whatever form of stillness that is for you, and ask for that guidance and listen, deeply listen. All the answers are always there. They really are. It's a gut feeling, a heart feeling, ecstatic. I feel like I could say this feeling, or just intuition or connection here at the crown to deep knowing. And then finally, spirit guides, angels, archangels, ascended masters, bodhisattvas, Avalokiteshvara energies and frequencies, your spirit guides, a collective humanity, spirit guides want you to know true love can never really be lost. So whatever is happening, remember, true love can never really be lost. Oh, I really hope that has resonated, perhaps seeded some ideas, helped you kind of think through energies, frequencies that you can access in your personal life story to co-create in 2026 that which you want in love and relationships, that what you truly desire in money, prosperity, wealth, and that which you truly desire in job, career, self-employment, creating a business. And even if it's like, the end of the career time, the job and the work, and you're like, I really want to retire. I need to feel inspired in my life now. I've given all the service I can give, and it's time. Take time to process, choose, be steady, and just enjoy the frequencies of 2026 that are coming towards you. Sending you much love and thank you for being here. It would be amazing if you could like, share, and subscribe. I'm Catherine. This is Soul Code Tarot, and I hope to see you again soon. Thank you for being here. Take care.